students, welcome to Sunil's tutorial. I'm Sunil Mirwani and today we'll be doing the chapter called as foreign exchange arithmetic. We're going to continue with interest rate arbitrage. Let's see a sum. USD Singapore dollars is 1.4815, 1.4825. US dollar Singapore dollar, this is spot. US dollar Singapore dollar is 1.4840, 1.4850, 3 months forward. Okay, US interest rate is 3%. Singapore dollar interest rate is 5%. Calculate arbitrage gain. Now you will be buying and selling simultaneously. That's the reason why you're going to have arbitrage gain. Now here there are two things possible, right? Since the bid and the ask is given to you, let's try to consider case 1. You have when you have two-way quotations are given to you. Two-way quotations as in they have given you the bid rate and the ask rate, right? Hence it is not possible to have a formula that will help us identify whether arbitrage is possible or no. Since two-way rates are two-way quotes are given. Two-way quotes means bid and ask both is given. It is not possible to have a formula to determine the currency which should be borrowed and where it should be invested. To determine the currency to be borrowed. The currency to be borrowed. Right? Case 1. Let us assume I have two currencies, US and Singapore. Let's see where should I borrow and where should I invest. Case 1, I'm going to assume that you take a loan of 1 million US dollars in Singapore dollars, right? Assume borrowing 1 million Singapore dollars, right? Now, if I'm going to borrow 1 million Singapore dollars, what will be my cost of borrowing? Cost of borrowing. I'm borrowing 1 million Singapore dollars, sorry. The rate of interest in Singapore is 5%. I'm borrowing for 3 months because I have the 3-month forward rate, right? So in that case, my cost of borrowing is going to be nothing but 12,500 Singapore dollars, right? That means the total amount payable at the end of 3 months is going to be 1 million plus 12,500. So in that case, this is 1012500. 10,12,500 Singapore dollars have to be paid at the end of 3 months. Okay. Now I'm going to transfer this money into US, right? So I'm going to now transfer this money to US. So if I'm transferring the money to US, that means I'm going to have conversion to US dollars. US dollars. How much am I going to send? I'm going to be sending 1 million Singapore dollars there, right? So in that case, how many US dollars will I get if I send Singapore dollars? I have two rates: bid, the rate at which I'm going to buy; ask, the rate at which I'm going to sell, right? So obviously, if I have to buy, I have to buy from someone. I have to buy from a seller. At what price will the seller sell the US dollars to me? At, see, I'm going to send the Singapore dollars as on today. I have two rates. I have the bid and the ask, right? If I want to reconvert, if I want to convert Singapore dollars to US dollars, I have to buy US dollars. I can buy US dollars only when someone sells US dollars to me. I have to therefore consider the seller's rate, right? I have to consider the ask rate, right? Do you get this thing here? So conversion to US dollars. So how many US dollars will I get? 1 million divided by spot ask rate. I'm sending the money today, therefore I'm considering the spot rate. Since I want to buy, bid and ask is the buy and the sell price, right? So since I want to buy, I'll have to buy at the price of ask 1.4825. Someone do this division, right? You will get some US dollars. These many US dollars you will get. You're going to invest these US dollars in a bank there. So in that case, I will get invest in US dollars. So what will I get? I'll say invest in US dollars. I have 1 million divided by 1.4825 US dollars. I'm going to invest it in US. US interest rate is 3% for 3 months, right? So I'm going to get certain interest from there, right? Now, someone will have to help me calculate this. Someone please calculate this and tell me how many. First, tell me how many US dollars is this? 1 million divided by 1.4825.
67453.
67453.
536. Put 6. After 3 it's 6.
That's it, no decimal. 674536.2563. 0.2563. So this is going to be 6,745366,74,536.2563 dollars into 3 by 100 into 3 by 12. Someone please tell me how much interest am I going to get in US dollars? Into 3 divided by 12. How much does that come to?
505 9 or 5059
Point.
0.0219.
Okay, that is the interest that I'm going to get. So in that case, what is the total amount that I'm going to get in US dollars at the end of 3 months? The total amount that I'm going to get in US dollars at the end of 3 months is going to be total amount received at end of 3 months. I'll get my 1 million US dollars back. No, not 1 million. I had put in 6,74,536.2563 dollars. Plus, I'm going to get an interest of 5059.0219 US dollars. Someone please add this to find out what is the total amount I'm going to have with me in the US bank. .0219.
679 595 0.2782
US dollars, right? After 3 months, this money has to be sent back to Singapore, right? So, reconversion to Singapore dollars, right? I want to buy Singapore dollars, right? The first is the bid price, is the buy price, 3 months forward. So if I reconvert, this will be 6 3,79,595.2782 multiplied by, I'm going to consider the bid rate, 3 months forward bid rate, right? I want to buy Singapore dollars, so 1.4840. Someone please do this multiplication and tell me how many Singapore dollars am I going to get?
1008
1008
519
519.
0.3928.
That's it. 4 decimal places, right? This is the Singapore dollars that I'm going to get. Once I have this, then let's see, is arbitrage possible? Arbitrage. The total amount I've received after 3 months is 1008519.3528 Singapore dollars. The amount payable is 1012500. I'm getting a negative answer here. I'm going to get only 10,08,000. Then I have to pay 10,12,500. I'm going to get a negative answer, so arbitrage is not possible in this case. Let's consider the other way around. Right? Someone please subtract this and tell me how much is the loss I will incur in this. Someone subtract this and tell me how much is the loss that I'm going to incur. No?
It's not working.
3980.
3,980,
80.6072.
right?
Yeah. 3980.6072.
These many Singapore dollars, SGD. So I can say arbitrage not possible because arbitrage not possible. Right? So in this case, arbitrage is not possible because I can say that here cost of borrowing is greater than the net benefit. So arbitrage will not be possible if I borrow in Singapore dollars. Let's see case 2. This was case 1. Case 2. Right? Assume borrowing 1 million US dollars. Right? If I want to borrow 1 million US dollars, then what will be my cost of borrowing? My cost of borrowing is going to be, I'm borrowing 1 million US dollars. Rate of interest in US is 3%. I'm borrowing for 3 months. Someone please help me get this. Someone please calculate this. 1 million US dollars borrowed for 3 months at 3%. How much is it? 7,500. 7,500 USD. Therefore, the total amount payable is going to be 1 million, the money that I borrowed, plus 7,500, the interest that I have to pay. 100,7500. So this is 10,07,500 US dollars I have to pay. Right? At the end of 3 months. Now I'm going to send this money to Singapore. So I'll say conversion to Singapore dollars. Right? I want to buy Singapore dollars. Buy is bid. If I want to sell Singapore dollars, I have to consider ask. Since I want to buy Singapore dollars, how many Singapore dollars will I get? I have 1 million US dollars as on today. Since I'm buying today, I have to consider the spot rate. Since I'm buying, I have to consider the bid rate, 1.4815. So this will be 1481500. These many Singapore dollars I will get is GD. 14,81,500 Singapore dollars. As soon as I get this money, I'm going to invest it in the bank. So invest in Singapore dollars. if I invest 14,81,500 Singapore dollars, rate of interest is 5% in Singapore for 3 months. Someone tell me how much is the interest I'll get in terms of Singapore dollars?
1,54,322.9166.
1,54,322.9166 Singapore dollars. That is the interest that I'm going to get. So the total amount that I will receive, total amount received at the end of three months is going to be the principal amount, that is 14,81,500 plus 1,54,322.9166. Someone add this please. Someone add please.
It's 18,518.75.
Which one?
1,54,000.
1,54,000.
That is 18,518.75.
This is 18 point
518.75.
18 Singapore dollars. Okay, fine. SGD. So this is 18,518.75 SGD. Someone please add the total amount that I'll get at the end of 3 months. Someone add this please.
One five triple zero 18.75.
Right? 15,000 18.75. These many Singapore dollars I will have with me at the end of 3 months. Now I'm going to send this money back to US. So I'll have reconversion to US dollars. If I reconvert this to US dollars, how many US dollars will I get? I want US dollars. If I want US dollars, I'm buying US dollars. That means I'm going to be selling Singapore dollars. That means I have to consider the ask rate. So this is going to be 15,000,18.75. 3 months forward ask rate. 3 months forward ask rate is 1.4850. Someone please tell me how many US dollars am I going to get? Is that 1 lakh? 1010. 1010.
Yeah, right.
1010.
113.636.
US dollars. This is the money that I'm going to get after 3 months, right? So in that case, what is my arbitrage? Arbitrage is the total money I'm going to receive. 10,10,113.6363 US dollars minus the money that I have to pay at the end of 3 months is 10,07,500 US dollars. Someone please calculate. 2613 US dollars. So that will be my arbitrage gain. So if I have to, guys, if I have to borrow in, if I have to do arbitrage, that means I need to borrow in US dollars and invest in Singapore dollars. Fine, do you get this thing clear? That's how I'll be able to get my arbitrage gain. Fine, do we understand this? Okay, we'll stop this here for the day. Thank you very much.